I need to blow your mind with what's about to happen in the college football playoff.
Yes. So, like, I like college football. I watch college football. This past weekend, I was focused solely on my college football fantasy championship team that scored over 100 points under the projected to lose the championship. Yep, it was great. World of college football was revolving around me this weekend and not at the looking at the playoff picture. So I'm kind of clueless. So I'm excited for what you got.
All right. So for basics for people, just a reminder, the college football playoff rankings release on Tuesday. So those come out tomorrow after we record the show. So I'm going to be going off the AP rankings, last week's playoff rankings, and then obviously outcomes, different pieces, what we're looking at coming up. But based off of the AP rankings, okay, we've got a lot of stuff locked up. Heading into, Zach, what the committee says is this week doesn't matter. Conference championship week has no impact.
Why would it?
No, I mean, why would it? Even though Clemson made it over like 3 other teams that should have been in it last year. They had to.
It had nothing to do with conference championship, Jake. You know that.
Yeah. So the committee has really put themselves in a bind here, Zach, as they often do. But let's get the basics out of the way, okay? The teams that are going to be in the playoff, no matter what. We'll start with some conference championship stuff, just so you know who's playing next weekend at home. Okay.
Well, let's also, because this has changed a little bit as well. If you win one of the 5 power conferences, that's an automatic bid, correct?
If you win, this is important for what's about to happen, Zach. One of the top 5 ranked conference championships, you are an automatic bid. So, for example, if the winner of the MAC or the winner of the AAC is higher ranked than the winner of the ACC, they get the automatic bid, not the ACC. The conferences aren't determined ahead of time. It's just the top 5 ranked conference winners.
Now, you may not have the answer to this.
No worries.
It might be gray on purpose. Is that ranking before or after the conference championship game? Because could they just elevate the ACC 10 spots after the conference championship win and be like, oh, they're higher ranked? Look at that. Could they do that?
They absolutely could, but it is the final ranking goes after next week. But they don't. They assign the ranking to the winner, not to the conference. So, great example.
Right.
Just to tease it out, that might be what they do tomorrow. The big question will be the ACC championship game. For those who don't know, because I didn't know until I looked into it, is going to be, of course, Zach. Take a shot. Who's in the ACC championship game?
Well, I would assume
one of them.
I would assume Miami.
Okay.
They've been the only one talked about down there. I know Clemson's bad. And Georgia Tech, I think, needed to win this past weekend to get there.
Yeah.
So, who's left? I don't know.
Here we go, Zach. I teased a little bit with my caption today, and I promise, Zach, this is what I'm going to explain. Duke is in the ACC championship game because Georgia Tech lost.
Okay.
They are playing, of course, 17th ranked Virginia for the ACC championship game. Miami, ranked 12th, not in the ACC championship game because of their early losses in the season. They didn't have a path to that championship game. So, great example. Will the committee, who has not ranked Duke all year, rightfully so, suddenly boost Duke into the top 25? The AP did not. Duke is still unranked.
And the AP rankings came out today, correct?
The AP rankings came out today. I can read those in a second so folks have a picture of where that is. Again, not quite the same as the CFB playoff rankings. But based off of those, Virginia isn't in the top 12. But again, they win the ACC. ACC would, in theory, especially Virginia wins, would for sure get one of those 5 spots. They're in.
Okay.
However, this will be what the committee decides. Do we decide before the game starts that the winner of this game is going to get in by making Duke ranked 22 out of nowhere?
Sure.
Thereby basically giving us a heads up that, hey, we're letting the ACC in. Even though
I bet they don't.
Duke and Virginia haven't beat freaking anybody. They have not beat any of the ACC folks. They're not in it. So that's what's about to happen. So let me read out the rankings to people, but good point to Zach that I don't want to skip past. It's the top 5 ranked conference winners who get automatic bids. Unlike last year, this was an immediate rule change after last year. They don't get the top 5 ranked spots. Those are ranked independently, but they have to get in. But it is important because when I read these rankings to you right now at home, there are only 3 conferences, conference championship game participants possibilities represented in the top 12. So
and I called this out to you before the show, by the way. Luke is not exactly happy with your caption.
Okay, Luke, I'm going to explain to you why we're rooting for Duke, and then I think you'll be on board. I hate him too, okay? Don't worry. But for now, truth. And here's why. Chaos. Come on. It's what the season's all about, baby. So
I'm excited to hear who the next highest ranked conference is, because I actually have no idea.
Oh, Zach, this is so for you. I was pumped all day thinking about getting to tell you this. Okay, here's the AP rankings as of today. Ohio State, number 1. Indiana, number 2. Those 2 teams will play each other in the Big Ten championship game this Saturday. Georgia, number 3. They will play Alabama in the Big Ten SEC championship game on Saturday.
Okay.
Ranked 4 in the AP top 25 because the big news from the week was that Texas A&M lost to Texas. So Texas A&M now has 1 loss. They joined a bunch of teams in that bunch. The AP now has Oregon at number 4. They have Texas Tech at 5. Texas Tech is about to play the Big 12 championship game. They've been the best team in the Big 12 all year. They play BYU. Yep. So they'll be in no matter what. Some people think they'll be I think for sure if they win their championship game, and maybe even without that, they'll be a top 4 team.
Sure.
So those are there. Oregon, again, in there too. So Texas Tech. They have Ole Miss at 6 and Texas A&M at 7.
Okay.
All those teams, except for Indiana and Ohio State, have 1 loss. Ohio State, Indiana, each are undefeated. So there's some debate there on where those will land. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they just left A&M at the top 4. I don't think they're going to suddenly drop them below Ole Miss. That feels weird, but they could. So those are the top 7. Again, seeds 1 through 4 get buys. Seeds 5 through 8 host games, so those are important. They have the 8th ranked team is Oklahoma with 2 losses.
Okay.
They have the number 9 ranked team, who I have come to hate again after studying these rankings. Notre Dame doesn't have to be in the conference. 100%. So those fuckers get to be in for no reason. They don't play anybody next week. They're just number 9. And Zach, mark this because we're coming back to it. Rank 10, all right, is Alabama.
Okay. They play Georgia, we said.
Georgia in the SEC championship game. Currently ranked 11th, according to the AP poll, BYU, who plays Texas Tech. Yep,
Go
100%.
Cougs.
Go Cougs. Ranked 12, your favorite team, the Miami Hurricanes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Who are not in their championship.
Correct. Ranked 13. Okay. We'll get to it. You're all over it. Ranked 13. I'm going to round out the contenders here through the top 25 because it matters. I'll skip some that have no shot. 13, dropped a spot despite beating Tennessee like a drum, is Vanderbilt, which I think means you're fucked. But so that's tough. Texas jumps up to 14 from 16 for beating Texas A&M.
Wonder why. Okay.
We will see. I think Texas will probably not be in the playoff, but like, are they just going to be like, God damn.
Texas has 3 losses.
They have 3 losses.
It'd be a shame if another SEC team got a third loss.
Had a third loss. They have to make that choice.
Mhm.
Below them is Utah. You're screwed. Sorry, Utah.
Yep.
Ranked 16, Virginia. They are in the ACC championship game. Okay. So they're there.
Okay.
17, 18, USC, Michigan, you're out.
Yep.
Zach, number 19, according to the AP poll, James Madison.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, they deserve this. Okay.
So if James Madison wins their game next week, according to the AP, they will be in. But there's an important. This is what we have to watch in terms of the college football rankings is the order of these non-Power 5 leaders ranking, because AP has James Madison 19. They have North Texas ranked 20th and Tulane ranked 21st. Those two teams play each other. North Texas and Tulane play each other next week. Last week, the only of those three teams that the College Football Playoff Committee had ranked at all was Tulane at 25.
Okay.
They didn't have James Madison ranked. They didn't have. So will they make a decision there, or is that them saying, fuck you, we're bringing the ACC no matter what? So
yeah,
we'll see. Because otherwise, what we'll be telling is a week ago, the AP had North Texas and Tulane ranked above James Madison, basically saying no matter what happens, the winner of that game is going to go. Because again, the Big Ten winner, the SEC winner, and the Big 12 winner, they're all in. Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
The question will be, do you take the ACC and then for sure one of these two conference winners is in, either the winner of, I think, the MAC or the AAC. So do you take James Madison or the winner of North Texas and Tulane?
North Texas is so fun. They're very good. They have a couple freshmen that are ridiculous. If they don't transfer out, North Texas, I think, is good next year. So if we can get them in just to get a little battle tested, I would love this. I would be so excited.
Tulane, at the very least, has been higher ranked this whole time. I think if everything goes chalk, because North Texas will have to beat Tulane, it would be, if they're only going to take one, they would take North Texas. So yeah.
Here's the thing.
And then other teams that don't matter behind them, including Navy, who could also have a right to like be in it, but they're ranked below everybody else, so they won't be.
Okay. Here's if I get a committee vote. I haven't been told I do. Haven't been invited to any meeting so far. Never know. But if we're saying, hey, we need the ACC in there, it's not Virginia and Duke. We know that.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So let's just hope for Duke wins. Let's get them both out. And then fucking just keep Miami. I hate Miami, but keep them in. So we still have ACC representation with that. And then I'm taking the next highest ranked conference winner. And either JMU or North Texas would be, or Tulane, I suppose. All of them are great. That's the best scenario here. Because then you still get ACC representation, but then you get the smaller school, which is the whole point of this playoffs. That's the whole point. We don't give a shit about the Power Fives. We want to see a smaller school someday go on a run. That's what this whole thing's about.
Yeah. That's the whole reason we're doing it. I couldn't agree more. And I love it so much because the part we haven't even talked about, Zach, is Miami is fucked. They're so fucked. That's the telltale side of all this. Because I told you earlier, keep an eye on number 10 Alabama. Because here's the deal, Zach. As I just pointed out, talk through, let's bring it to its natural conclusion.
Okay.
Two conferences, no matter what, no matter which two of the three they are, two conference winners who are given automatic bids are not in the top 12, which means the 11 and 12 seed, if the season ended today, are fricked. They're not going to make it. The top 10 are going to make it, and then those two conference winners are going to get the 11 and 12 spot. So let's say the season ended today, it would be seeds 1 through 10, like I talked about. So Alabama would be 10, and BYU would be out, Miami would be out, and in instead would be Virginia, let's say the highest ranked ACC team, and James Madison. So 11 and 12 seeds are fricked in this format, and they will
James
be fricked
Madison
no matter
would still
who
be
it
the
is.
5th highest ranked conference winner.
Yeah, 100%. It's or Tulane, but one of those two is for sure going to make it. It's not a question if one of those two conferences is going to get in. It's an outside chance both of those conference winners could get in. We could have a world where the ACC isn't represented at all, besides maybe Miami, but their champion isn't represented. And instead, the 5 conferences represented are the Power 5, as I like to call them, the MAC, the AAC, the Big 10, the SEC, and the Big 12. Because this is the scenario that needs to happen. And Luke, this is where I try and buy you back in. Everybody, they can't rank Duke above those teams. Duke is not a better team. If Duke beats Virginia, Virginia hasn't beat anyone. They're not a power win. They shouldn't just take their spot. If Duke beats them, that means we should get James Madison in either North Texas or Tulane, the winner of that game. That would be our 12 and 11.
Okay.
So that's just the automatic bid side of it. So if Virginia wins, they're in. That's for sure going to be a thing that happens. But
how many losses does Miami have?
2.
So if I don't know if they're necessarily screwed.
Well, the thing is they'd have to pass someone, Zach. So my question to you is, who's out? And this is where it gets fun. Because do you take out Alabama for losing to Georgia? Because they'll have 3 losses. I think there's 3 contenders for this, okay? You take out Alabama for having a 3rd loss. You take out what I would say is the right pick. Notre Dame has 2 losses. Do you know who one of those 2 losses is to?
It's someone bad. I know. It was super early. I remember this.
Oh, sorry.
Who was it?
Let me flip this. No, I did say this right. One of their 2 losses is to fucking Miami.
Oh, you're right.
Miami's going to miss. They're below, and they've been below this whole time. They're below a team they beat.
Okay, great. This is very college football. I love it.
Why do we play the games? Why do we do this? Notre Dame doesn't have to be in a conference. They lost to someone who's in a Power 5 conference. They're going to get to be in.
So, and I'm just looking it up because I want to know who's Miami lost to. They lost to SMU, who's good.
And Louisville.
And then they lost to Louisville, who's 500. 500 in the conference, 8-4 overall. So they're not like embarrassingly bad. So those losses aren't terrible.
No.
Okay. No. They beat some good teams. They just beat they beat ranked Pittsburgh. They beat ranked Florida State. They beat ranked South Florida. They beat ranked Notre Dame.
You can't reward Notre Dame for having better losses. One of Notre Dame's attributes is, we only lost to Miami and to, I believe, Texas A&M.
Is that true? Oh, it is true. Yeah, they lost the first 2 games of the season back to those 2.
I'm hooked up on it. The Fighting Irish should be out. But Zach, here's the deal. So you could take out Alabama with a 3rd loss to Georgia. I think the SEC would literally combust.
Yeah.
You could take out Notre Dame, which I think maybe they should. Or Zach, sitting right there, a 2-loss team that just lost their head coach. You could absolutely wallop Ole Miss for no reason. Well, not no reason, but for not an on the field reason.
Yeah. It depends if we can get some players to opt out of the bowl game, or of the playoff game or whatever. I think you could take them out.
And maybe that's what they decide to do. That would be crazy. Also, Texas would be going nuts because they're like, we're not in instead of Miami.
They definitely set up a scenario where Texas could sneak in as like a last resort, which is what they want anyway.
I think Texas, and I've wanted to say this sentence for a long time, is perfectly blocked by Vanderbilt. I think the issue with Texas is, what excuse would they have to jump a 2-loss SEC Vanderbilt team? Like, Vanderbilt's not, I've heard people talk about Vanderbilt today like they're Virginia. They're literally in the SEC. Like they're there. They have 2 losses. Their
But
schedule isn't as impressive as some of those other ones, for sure. But come on, Oklahoma's in it. Like, they have the same exact record.
yeah, I
And I
don't think.
get why Oklahoma's higher. I'm
Mm,
just saying to
yeah,
pass Vanderbilt with Texas is a really steep ask. I think putting Vanderbilt past Miami, I don't know. Like, why not? So
they're better than Miami.
I think they should be above Miami. So, Zach, all of that's just the stuff that could happen anyway. The committee will decide all of that tomorrow. That's not related to the actual outcomes of the games. I think, to your earlier question, they're going to decide a lot by seeding
Yeah,
and ranking
yeah,
before those conference championships even happen. And we'll know from seeding, like, is there even a chance that the ACC could miss? But the point there being, I don't like Miami's odds of getting in more than the other ones, because Miami, I think, is screwed. BYU is definitely screwed, unless Zach, and that's Luke. That's why Duke should win, because then they're out. They can't make it. They're out. They're screwed, and they also screw over Miami in the process. And in my
yeah.
heart, screw over Dabo, because
True.
no ACC, so that's
Right.
good. And then we get James Madison in North Texas. That's fucking rad.
Yeah, that'd be very fun.
So
That's the
that's
way it
great.
needs to go.
Or Zach, chaos option number B. What the fuck are they going to do if BYU beats Texas Tech?
It's a good point.
Because BYU is not in that. Again, they win it. Then you have to take, I think, BYU and Texas Tech.
Yeah. Texas Tech's too good to take out.
Then I think you drop Notre Dame.
Like out of the playoffs?
They'd be out of the playoffs because right now BYU is behind Notre Dame and Alabama. They're ranked 11th in the AP polls. Those two teams are ranked 10th and 9th, respectively. No matter what the college football ranking has them, they'll be behind those two. They have to pass those teams to get in. You'll be adding a third conference champion behind the top 10 seeds. So they would be in. Texas Tech would stay in. And to get those other two conference winners in, you have to drop either Alabama or Notre Dame. You can't even drop Miami. They're already behind those two.
Right. That's true. That would be great. I am not sure if there's anything I would love more.
That'd be awesome. I dropped my mic cap a little bit. I got too excited. But
to be fair, though, here's the thing. So the whole thing about the college football playoff, unfortunately, it is a showcase of the future NFL talent. That's what the college football playoff is. It's not about the games. It's not about the results. It's about showcasing NFL talent and making a lot of money. With Alabama, I don't know who's the NFL talent that's like super, super good that's going to be showcased that everyone wants to see for this upcoming draft. For Notre Dame, it's their running back. Yeah. And because he's going to go really high. So I think they would choose Notre Dame over Alabama. I think they're more willing to let Alabama go without Saban, and then maybe Saban gets a stink and says, hey, I'm the new NCAA commissioner because you took away Alabama. Maybe that guilt trips Saban into a more leadership role in the NCAA process here.
I don't think they will. And here's why. I think they have to take Alabama, even though your reasoning is right. And I think it's for this reason. I don't think the committee will agree to punish whoever had to play Georgia, because there isn't another SEC team with only one loss. So if this was Oklahoma, if this was LSU, or not LSU, sorry, wrong Lane Kiffin team, Ole Miss, Vandy, all those teams would go to 3 losses. Like, so Alabama would get shafted for being in the championship game, which again goes to their earlier thing of like, that's why they say the championship game can't matter.
That's what I was just thinking. There's a reason why that happened today. There's a reason why they're saying a loss in the championship game does not hurt you. They didn't say a win wouldn't help you. They're just saying a loss won't hurt you. And it probably is because of the SEC.
Yeah. And by that metric, remember this at home. For the love of God, if BYU somehow, by the love of their God, beats Texas Tech, I don't want to hear.
I think
I don't want to hear one motherfucker talk about dropping Texas Tech.
No. They shouldn't. At least they're very good.
I can't wait for all the people who go, "You're telling me they're better than Texas? They're better than Miami? They're better than Vandy?"
We're saying exactly that. They're also better coached. Their coach is very good.
They are better than all of those. That is correct. Yes. So, Zach, that's why. And Luke, that's why we should temporarily be rooting for Duke.
We're just mostly anti ACC.
We're
and more so
chaos.
anti-pro chaos, anti-Notre Dame, anti-establishment. Duke is the punk rock of conference championship weekend. We want to go anti-establishment. We want to tear it all down. We need either JMU and either North Texas or Tulane in the championship or in the playoff. That's the way it needs to go.
And by the way, if the committee was going to do it, I'd be all fucking on board if for no reason whatsoever they randomly went, by the way, Texas is in, Oklahoma's out. Fine. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Or Notre Dame. I think they want Notre Dame in. But if you were going to squeeze Texas in, Texas is in, Ole Miss is out. Sorry.
Oklahoma with a healthy Mateer now, though. Like, he is very good. He could be a star.
They're in no risk. I'm just highlighting. There's no path, unfortunately, for Texas, even with the win.
It's Arch Manning, though.
I know, but I'm telling you, that would be who they have to drop is one of those teams.
They'd do it. They'd be willing to do it.
I think this is funny. Alabama loses next week, and Texas goes, we have 3 losses. You have 3 losses. Are we not better?
Who has the more notable quarterback?
Who beat each other this year? Not that that matters in college football, but
did they play for whatever reason? I don't even remember them playing.
It's tough when there's 100 teams in each conference now. They did not.
Okay. By the way, and again, they've fallen into the baseball trap, but college football needs to remove at least one game from their schedule.
Yeah. Yep. They do.
With the help of the transfer portal. Just do that.
Yeah, that's what they should do. That would really be helpful. Yeah. By the way, that's what's going to get the ACC in trouble. ACC soaked up all these schools, and now that's where I say the committee fucked themselves. They thought by ranking Miami, and weirdly, this whole time, if you've been following along in the background, they had 3 backup plans. They're like, Miami is going to make the ACC championship game. That's great. They've been over-ranking Clemson this whole year, hoping they'd somehow sneak back in.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were like, oh, shoot, Clemson's going to miss. Let's overrank Georgia Tech. Hope they somehow sneak in. They lost a weird tiebreaker, so they're out. And then before 2 weeks ago, Virginia was unranked. Virginia suddenly snuck in because they're like, no, we can still do this. And now they've ended up where Virginia is the only ranked team in the ACC championship game. They couldn't keep up with all the teams in the conference. Even SMU, they were like, maybe SMU will do it. We'll keep them up there. Wrong. Duke. Go Devs.
That's so weird that the SMU's in that conference. Yeah. I'm fully convinced. We need to have Duke.
Your 2025 ACC champion SMU Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely on the coast for sure. The Atlantic coast.
Isn't that what ACC stands for? Coast?
Fuck yeah.